Hey folks, quick tip here. Working with what we in at least the blacktop template, maybe some of the others, we have this thing called a divider, sort of a piece of a section in the page which sort of separates two other sections, right? And in this case, we have a see-through divider right here, and it actually sort of separates the white from the um, this marbly sort of graphic part here. It almost looks identical in this example, which is kind of a bad example, I guess, but still there's sort of a pattern in this area here, and there's actually no pattern in the divider. Anyways, long story short, how do you get these to work? What are they? What if I want to get rid of one? That sort of a thing. Well, what we're going to do is just pop open our page. We're going to go to the skills section. I'll show you a little bit about it. There's our index page. We're going to go find the skills section right here. And the one thing you'll notice is it doesn't really show up here uh, too well in the page in this example, because it sort of matches the same color as the container below it, right? But if you sort of click at the very top of the black container, the dark container, you'll see it says div divider 2. Okay, if we look into the page itself, this class of div divider 2, all that does is it's just a div class, and it has some properties, and the properties are located in the theme.css. Whenever we have sections or dividers or that sort of anything that's related to how the page is displayed, we'll put it in the theme.css. And we're just going to scroll down until we find dividers. They probably have a little section heading all to themselves here. Yep, there they are, dividers right here. Now, the index page here says divider 2. So in this case, if you're not sure what class it's using, just flip it over, or when you're in the design view, you can just sort of click and it will tell you div dot divider 2, or you can do a quick tag editor. It's, oops, that's not the right one. Sorry, right up here, div divider 2. So different ways to find out. But there's the divider 2 class right here. And basically what we're doing is it has a background color, a height, a width, and then if there's any background images, that's where you're going to find them right there, okay? And then if you ever see this media query, max of 992, that basically means anything up to 992 pixels wide, do this. Anything above 992, so 993 and up, then do this, okay? But if you're wondering how these things work and whatnot, what we have here is basically we have uh, an RBGA color tacked on to the end of all the graphics. So we have a graphic with a shadow at the top, a graphic with a shadow at the bottom, and then we have the RBGA and then a dot 88. And the reason we use a PNG graphic versus a CSS shadow was just in comparison testing, it's a little bit better on performance. It loads a little bit faster in the browser and a little bit smoother, especially for tablets. So if you want to know, that's just what we've discovered anyway, so we went with it. Okay, but there's your color right there. It's a RBG color right there, and then there's the alpha transparency of 0.88% or 88. And really, that's all there is to it. If you want to make any modifications, it's not something for folks brand new to building websites to sort of tackle. But if you're wanting to know a little bit more about where the styles are located and where to modify them, that's where you go.